Hello, you are watching another edition of DBE TV News. We come to you every week on the Department of Basic Education's YouTube channel. Welcome. I am Tsehohajo Moagi. In our top stories, Minister Angie Motshekga, Free State Premier Mxolisi Dukwana, and MECs visit the late Tate Magwe's home. The Motsepe Foundation makes a significant donation to the Department of Basic Education. The Second Chance Matric Support Program is well underway. Simply the best. That's how Free State Education MEC Tate Magwe has been described. Magwe passed away on Sunday morning, the 5th of March, in a car accident. One of his protectors also passed away, while the driver is in hospital. Magwe was 59 years old. Minister Angie Motshekga, together with Free State Premier Mxolisi Dukwana and provincial MECs, visited the Magwe family.
Tate was just simply the best in the sector and even in the country.
The passing of Tate Magwe has come as a shock to the education sector. He was described as a hard-working man who imparted knowledge to his colleagues.
We have lost a brother, we have lost a comrade, we have lost an educationist, a person who was very passionate about education, not only in the Free State, but he was passionate about education in the country. Comrade Tate was one of the most experienced MECs amongst all of us. From my side, from the Northern Cape side, I became an MEC in 2020. And when I came in, just to illustrate the point that Tate was an asset for the country, for the whole education sector. So when I came in 2020, the first person I approached was Comrade Tate. 3 weeks ago, we met at the President's Foundation, Silver Maposa Foundation in Johannesburg, together with the delegation from the Free State. Because in the Northern Cape, we approached the Free State and we said we want to work together so that Comrade Tate could share his experiences with me. What has he done from 2009 up to date that have changed the education sector in the Free State. He was very passionate and he was willing to assist. He was not a selfish person. I have approached other areas and other provinces as well, but Comrade Tate was the person who stepped up. He said, no, let us meet and let us share our experiences. Let me share with you what are we doing in the Free State. And because of that assistance and motivation from Comrade Tate, I could also move in the Northern Cape.
Monakeli was speaking during a visit to the Magwe family home in Bloemfontein a day after Magwe's death. The delegation was led by Minister Angie Motshekga and the Free State Premier. MECs from Limpopo and KwaZulu-Natal were also in attendance. A visibly distraught minister was unable to hold back tears as she tried to address the family. The Premier, who went to the accident scene, said it was unbelievable that Magwe was no more.
Junior the Betten has a betting, I can't go about Babanga Emba Giseo Dimo as a big one to Matoya home. Over civilian, the that minister Ubima Holo or Bogai Ma Ubue Gamoto, Omotevanga, or Dologa Chore. Teitio Seville Free State for a very long time. Ogalata Nalane and Northern Free State, Chile, Free State, the Southern Free State, he was there. Ogalata, his story ya di-elections tse ngata, he was there. This will be the first election in 2024.
After having a private moment with the family, Minister Motshekga addressed media, speaking to the memories she has of Mahwe and why he managed to lead the Free State to the top position in the country in various areas.
We were last time in Nerika with him to celebrate the fact that the Free State, though it has been the top province, it never had the top district. They were celebrating in the top province, top district. They also received an award of being the best nutrition program. And they did a Tina Turner for him of just simply the best. And I tell you, we all agreed that Tate is simply the best. And I'm happy that I saw him that happy. He was very happy, very humble. He says to me, you know, I'm weakened by the pouring of love out for me. And I said, you deserve it. Okay, Tate, you're just simply the best. I said to him, I've never seen anything like this. You're focused, you're dedicated, you're hardworking, you're humble, you're able to identify talent amongst your staff, and you really put your best foot forward. You're able to even identify very strong people in the province to lead, and that's why you're successful.
She added that the death of Mahwe is a great loss to the sector.
I was very humbled. As I said, last week when we were celebrating in Tabanjo, and people were saying simply the best, you could see he was very shy, was overwhelmed by the pouring of, and very humble to say all the time, and I think this and this and this will happen. Even in our last visit 2 weeks back when I was with him, I said, and he was humble to say, this is not all that we need to do. When I was pointing to him to say, in your ECD, you're not performing very well in terms of quality of indicators. And he took it with him to him. The next day he'll speak about to say, hey, let's do the following. He was very humble to always want to do more. As I said, my first conversation with him in 2009 was saying, lead minister, we shall follow. And he always allowed himself to be led. But I can tell you, as the MEC from Northern Cape says, he also led. He led, he got to understand the system inside out. He applied his mind, and he was brave. He was brave, Tate. I mean, the Cyril Ramaphosa Foundation, most our officials will just always tell you how things cannot be done. So it's not possible, PFMA, it's not possible. And Tate says, this thing, there's no corruption, there's no fruitless expenditure, it supports, so I'm going for it. He was very brave, because I can't see anything wrong here. And indeed, he worked with KT for 10 years, and they turned the province around, and the Free State can never, ever be the same, ever.
Rest in perfect peace, MEC Tate, simply the best, Mahwe. When we return, we hear about a donation made by the Motsepe Foundation.
The Department of Basic Education is currently piloting the use of scripted lesson plans in the life orientation curriculum in school, including a section on comprehensive sexuality education. Not to be confused with sex education, CSE is a process of teaching and learning about the cognitive, emotional, physical, and social aspects of sexuality within the curriculum.
The only thing that my mother told me was that don't play with boys. If only the parents could understand that these people are human beings, and they're developing and they're growing and they're developing emotionally, physically, mentally. They want to experiment.
Through CSE, we give learners scientifically accurate, age-appropriate and culturally relevant content to equip them with knowledge, skills, attitudes and values that will empower them to realize their health, well-being and dignity. The LO curriculum has not changed, and the scripted lesson plan pilot in 5 provinces will continue in 2020. The Department of Basic Education. Every child is a national asset.
The Motsepe Foundation says it wants to see and contribute to the growth of sports in schools and the participation in African and indigenous music. In doing so, the foundation has donated 150 million rand to the Department of Basic Education for the promotion of school sport, which includes netball. The announcement was made in Sandton on Thursday, the 2nd of March 2023, and was attended by Minister Angie Motshekga, Gauteng Premier Panyaza Lesufi, SAFA President Danny Odan, and Netball South Africa President Cecilia Molokwane. This donation forms part of the partnership between the Department of Basic Education and the Motsepe Foundation.
The Department of Basic Education and the Motsepe Foundation announced today that the Motsepe Foundation is donating 150 million rands for the development and growth of schools football for boys and girls at secondary and primary schools, and for the promotion of schools' African choral and indigenous music, as well as for schools' netball. The donation of 150 million rand is for a period of 5 years and is in terms of the extension of the current partnership agreement between the parties, which commenced in 2016 and under which 70 million rands has been spent to date.
Dr. Moloi Motsepe explained how the other funds will be shared.
30 million rands will be distributed every year as follows: 12 million rands to the K Motsepe Schools Football Cup for boys and girls at secondary and primary schools. The winning secondary school will receive 3 million rands, which must be used for the construction or upgrading of football, education, and other sports infrastructure and facilities. 8 million rands for the new school's football competition for girls at secondary and primary school level, and for the new primary school competition for boys. 6 million rands for the ABC Motsepe Schools Choral Estate and the K Motsepe Schools Netball Cup. They will receive 4 million rands. The South African Football Association, or SAFA, will continue to perform the functions and role that they undertook in the previous agreements.
Gauteng Premier Panyaza Lesufi has welcomed this donation, saying ensuring children take part in school sport is important in order to grow a balanced and well-rounded individual.
This is a huge investment. It's a major, major step that will ensure that we produce our own Lionel Messi and many others. Dr. Motsepe, if it can't start in the classroom, it will not be appreciated. If it can't start in the classroom, it will not yield the results. And if it can't start in the classroom, it will not excite us. If we have to promote social cohesion, it has to start inside the school premises. If we have to promote human capital, it needs to start inside the classroom. And if we also have to promote sports, it needs to start in the classroom. I always argue, and I'm going to argue very strongly, Dr. Motsepe, that sports is our new gold. In this particular province, sports is our new gold. And I know you are in that industry, Dr. Motsepe, the minds that we used to cherish and appreciate in this province, they are gone, finished. And the new gold is sports. And the provincial government that I have the honor to lead has identified sports as the new gold that needs to be protected and be promoted. And we are putting all our resources to do that. And this investment falls nicely within our vision and within our community.
Minister Angie Motshekga thanked the foundation for the donation made.
The partnership between ourselves as the Department of Basic Education and the Motsepe Foundation is indeed part of our broader strategy for building social cohesion and promoting unity in diversity as envisaged by our Constitution. As the Premier indicates, sports and music are very critical activities contributing to our children's holistic development. The basic education sector school enrichment programs are very important for us in building a social, cohesive society, building on a democratic society, non-racialism, non-sexism, united and prosperous society based on social justice, equality, and the rule of law, which are an inalienable right towards our human rights culture. Chair, I think I've whispered to you, brag that one of our A-State-Ford product, our PTLA, she is indeed a product of our A-State-Ford. She'll be singing King Charles III coronation on the 6th of May. She's been invited to the and that's what this program does, to unearth some of our gems and really make sure that our flowers don't blush unseen. And that's, for me, also the beauty of this program.
She added that the program opens up new opportunities for the learners.
So I want to assure the Motsepe Foundation that the programs you are supporting with your donations are very important. They're just not recreational activities to keep learners off the street. We are together building careers. We're imparting knowledge about our interconnectedness as part of humanity. In other words, we are building a strong nation which is courageous men and women worthy of the title of nation builders, one performance at a time. Again, for us, this is not just a project to build a nation of winners in choral music, but in all its facets of life, we want to do very much. So don't say education is not for life. Education is life itself. It's not for life, it's not for the future, it's life itself. And therefore, the work that you do with yourselves is really a life program for us.
The Motsepe Foundation chairperson and founder, Dr. Patrice Motsepe, said such partnerships give hope to the country.
There's a serious recognition and a serious commitment in everything that we do to try and give hope, create opportunities for those of our people who are either unemployed or marginalized or excluded. And that's why we've always looked at football and sports and Stanford and music within its broader context of the total socio-economic upliftment and inspiration of our people. So that's why today's event is very important because we also want to give hope.
He added that excellence on the field and in music works hand in hand with excellence in the classroom.
Today is about sports, it's about football, it's about Stanford. It's also about education because, as the minister said, excellence on the field, excellence in sport, excellence in football, excellence in music, in African indigenous choral music goes hand in hand with excellence in academic performance.
Meanwhile, school's netball president has welcomed the donation, saying it will be of great assistance for learners.
For kids, this is great. We've been working with Motsepe Foundation, and the fact that they've upped the sponsorship just means we can create more opportunities for our children. And exactly what everybody was speaking about, we're trying to bridge that gap between all the various sectors, the imbalances of the past, which still exist, unfortunately. Rome wasn't built in a day. But we are trying, and this kind of donation that we receive is absolutely an injection to make things positive.
The Second Chance Matric Support Program is well underway for candidates who will be writing the May-June examinations. The aim of the program is to provide support to learners who have not been able to meet the requirements of the National Senior Certificate or the Extended Senior Certificate. The program was launched in 2016 and supports anyone of any age who wants to achieve or improve a matric qualification, subject by subject, and on a part-time basis. There are no costs involved. One of the ways this program supports part-time matric candidates is through face-to-face classes facilitated by qualified teachers at selected schools and community centers. Various study material will be given to each learner to ensure they receive their desired matric mark when they write the matric exam for the second time via the Second Chance program.
Now that you have registered to rewrite, what do you need to prepare for the following exam? Kindly do note that only NSC candidates qualify for both the May-June exam and the October-November exam. If you are an SC candidate, you only qualify for the May-June exam and it is currently closed.
Dr. Sandy Malapile went on to explain what the department offers for the Second Chance candidates.
We would like to congratulate you that you have registered to rewrite matric.
Yes.
The Department of Basic Education provides support through the Second Chance Matric program. How do we help you to prepare for the May-June exams? We support learners in 4 platforms. Number 1, there are classes that are taking place in selected places throughout the country. To get more information, you can go to the Second Chance Matric website, but you may also get information, of course, from the district office and from your high school. The classes are taking place after hours and over weekends. Number 2, we support learners through the broadcast. Learners are able to access through our partnerships that we have with Mindset, OpenView channel, as well as the DBE YouTube channel, where you'll be able to find programs that will help you to prepare according to the different subjects that we've registered. That's number 3, is that all our resources, which is study guide, Mind the Gap study guide, Siavula, all question papers and memorandums are available on our website. So we support learners, I repeat, classes at selected places, broadcast, television and radio. You can get that from the nearest high school. Number 3, we do that as well as online, which is a digital programs that is available. Number 4 is that we also provide hard copy material, which we do, of course, through the centers that I spoke about. We also make the resources available, which are freely available. You can download from our website. So what we encourage you is that you may also form groups with other learners so that you study together, your motivation is sustained until your right exam. We are also pleased to tell you that the timetable is out. The first paper is going to be written on the 3rd of May 2023.
Coming up next, we are in the Eastern Cape as the Education MEC launches a smart classroom.
The Bella Bill is in its final stage and we get an opportunity to make oral presentations in 2 provinces, Northwest and Mpumalanga. Northwest this weekend and Mpumalanga the next weekend. This is the last opportunity we'll get to influence this bill. We do what we do because we love our children. Let's protect our schools.
Basic Education Deputy Minister Dr. Regina Mhaule has urged teachers at Ribani School for the Blind in Limpopo to remember that they have a greater purpose as they teach their learners. Dr. Mhaule conducted an oversight visit to the province and also visited Mashamba TVET College. The Deputy Minister was accompanied by the Provincial Education MEC, Mabungu Lirule Ramakanya.
I need a teacher. I need a teacher to teach that child that I knew also. He knew that child before he put that child in another school. He knew the child. And he knew you that the child will be in good hands in you. So the work that you are doing, you think you were appointed by the department. You were not appointed by the department. You were appointed when you were still inside the mother's womb. That's when you were appointed. And the department is just bringing to pass what God has ordained in you when you were still not born. So you are a teacher because you are appointed by God.
Eastern Cape Education MEC Fundile Gade says the province is on a process to change the outlook of the curriculum within the province. He was speaking during the launch of a smart classroom at Richard Vara Secondary School. This concept works hand in hand with the 3 streams model led by the Basic Education Department. Gade said the plan is to transform the school to a smart school to ensure learners are being taught according to what is needed in this changing world.
Today we are going to unveil the smart classroom with the intention of expanding it into a smart school with a lot of investments that has been made into that particular regard. We are here with the service providers that have taken that responsibility. We are engaged now in a process of changing the outlook of the curriculum of the country and the outlook of the curriculum of the province in particular, so that we can reduce the number of graduates that are unemployable on the basis of the demand and supply that does not match the theory and the methodology in the theater of struggles, which is a classroom environment. So our responsibility is to link the production and skills with the demand that the world wants from us now, so that you don't produce learned people but not employable.
He added that the department will continue to support learners and teachers so they always do well.
We would want to encourage you to focus more on the content of your subjects, to focus more on your discipline and make sure that you get the maximum support of the educators that you have. We do have a potential to surpass the targets even this year. Last year we said we wanted to get closer to 80% at least, so that by 2024 we are above the target of 80%, which we promised the people of this province in 2019. The target of this provincial government is that by 2024, we must be in the league of 80s in this country. 1, 2, by 2024, we must be within the top 3 provinces in this country. And that matter is not negotiable. We are working around the clock in ensuring that that happens. The systems are indicating that you are capable of doing that. For the past 4 years, you have been improving the results of this province by 5%.
That's how we end this bulletin this week on the Department of Basic Education's YouTube channel. Remember, we'd love to hear from you, so do send through your stories or comments by contacting us on our Twitter handle at DBE TV News. Thank you for watching.